everybody. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I feel like everything is just so busy right now. I've just got a new deck, so I'm just trying to shuffle it because I didn't do it before. So here we are. So we are headed into the end of June already. And what do we have going on? So our summer issue is for sale on our website. So follow the link in our bio. Hey, Amber. I know, look at it. It's like the pretty little flower, right? I was like, all right, this one works. You know what it is with the filters? A lot of them like aren't clear. They're like super fuzzy. So for like a live, like I would just look fuzzy. It just wouldn't work. So this one I found, and it's like a little flower. I think it's called like Hawaiian something. I'm here for it. So anywho, summer issue, head to the link in our bio after we're done here and grab yours. And what else? We have Raven Digitalis tomorrow. I'm just separating out a deck because I legit just opened it. And that will be at, hold on. That'll be at 7 p.m. EST. So what is that? 4 to 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. Yeah. So 4:15 PST, 7:15 EST. So a little bit later. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So we have our readings for the week here. Tomorrow is the summer solstice. Lydia, whatever. I think we're in the last quarter moon right now. And we're also going to be moving into Cancer season, I believe. Yes. So lots going on this week. Lots of planetary things happening. That's my official status here. Yep. And it's going to be actually with Raven, it's going to be over on our Facebook. So if you are not following us on Facebook, after you're done here, Cartomancer Magazine, or you can just hit up the link tree and it will bring you to where you need to go, because we would be doing that over on there. Just like change it up every once in a while. And sometimes some platforms are a little easier for others, for some than others. And, I just try to do what's the easiest. We try to accommodate when possible. So the deck I'm going to use today, I'm going to do Tarot Oracle. And the deck I'm going to use is the Tarot of Oppositions. So this is a Lo Scarabeo deck. Very interesting. I was on like a minute or two late because I was reading the guidebook and I totally got lost in it. So I was like trying to decide, see exactly what that meant. So it's called Tarot of Oppositions. Hello. Oh, look it. Now she's got a flower. Really? It doesn't take much to entertain me. It's a little scary sometimes. So we're going to be using Tarot of Oppositions, and then so I actually got that in a 9 of Earth box, and I get those monthly. And then I think I got this Oracle deck last month, possibly. And I do unboxings of these over on my Stardust Wanderer Tarot channel. So this one we're going to use, this is a Jillian Wild one. New, I believe this is new from her. I'm trying to, this font is not easy to read. I'm just saying. So many goodies. Yeah, I know. It is. I can't help it. I need them. Antiquary of Magic Guidebook. I think that's the name of it. Honestly, see, there it is. That font is really hard to read. I can't, it's like I'm 900 years old right now. Antiquery? I think it's antiquery. So I'm going to have to look that up. Oh, wait. I got an idea. Let's check the guidebook. Let's look in here. Look. Oh, it didn't give the guidebook one. Let's see. Antiquities of Magic Oracle. Man, font. That gets a minus for us because that was really hard to read. All right. Anywho, it's little though. Look how little it is. Look at the back of that. Look, does it get a flower? It gets a flower. So yes, you know, Amber, this is my life right now. I'm observing all of the fonts. That one, I probably would not recommend. It's really, and I think too, because it's on this, I think gives it a flower. It's on the dark box and it's gold, but it's like a very light gold. Like really, look at that. It's kind of hard to read. I'm sorry. It just is. So, which doesn't take anything away from the deck, of course, but it's just one of those things. Like it looks like, actually, let me see here. The font is on these. So this is a sun card. And it is a little bit easier to read on here. Let me see if I can get it to focus. But it is, see, it's the lighter background. So I think it's just the box color choice. Just my observation. So yes. So what else we have going on here? I think that's it. Gosh, we have the new moon next week already. How the heck did that happen? So that one came in a box as well. I think the last month's Nine of Earth box. So whatever. We'll play around with it. Check it out. You know, I like to use you guys as my guinea pigs for all the things. So there is that. And let's get moving, shall we? So this Tarot of Oppositions is really an interesting deck. So it kind of has like, I'll say like the light and the shadow aspect of the card right on the card. So as far as reading it for this, I think whichever side, I mean, we're just going to roll with it. Let's see. This is a fact. Yes, yes, yes. So I think I'm just going to go with the aspect that pops out to me. So this is very interesting. It's very, yeah, I'll show you when I pull a card. So let's start, Aries. So for Aries, we have the Three of Wands. So the one on top, so see how it kind of has that light, like Three of Wands, and then like the shadowy Three of Wands. So I pulled that. So we'll go with that one. I think that's how we'll do this. Let's try it out, shall we? So, for this Three of Wands, Aries, I feel like it's like a missed opportunity. Maybe something that you were really expecting to happen or you really were hoping for it to happen didn't quite go the way as planned. So it maybe was a missed opportunity. And how can you come back from that? What can you do? Maybe now it's time, it's really good week for you just to kind of reevaluate your priorities, and what you need to be doing and how you need to be doing it, because maybe that is something that contributed to that missed opportunity. So that's what we're getting for you, Aries. So let's see what our Oracle card says. So we have here Globe and Totality. So I think this really ties into looking at the situation as a whole. And maybe it's a situation, like I said, a missed opportunity, and there's a lesson there for you. So maybe look at the situation as a whole and see what you can get from it, lesson-wise. All right, that worked out pretty good, right? Well, we'll keep rolling with it. So let's move on to Taurus. All right, Taurus. So for Taurus, we have the Lovers, and the light aspect kind of popped out here. So Taurus, for you this week, it is actually, look at that. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Man, these cards are involved. Like one card, like, so kind of see like the male figure is in the shadowy side and the female isn't. Like, and look, she's handing him the apple. YOLO Scarabeo. Talk about making stuff complicated. Like, not complicated in a bad way, but like, wow, you could really, really dive into that and the meanings of this. So anyway, Taurus, I feel like for you, it's resisting temptation this week. I think that maybe there is something that you really want, but you need to make sure you're getting it in a way that feels good to you. And I feel that, you know, maybe somebody is going to hand you that apple that seems like it's going to be the answer to everything, but question that. And you questioning it because you're questioning it because you're doing it for yourself. It's kind of like almost like a self-care act. So that's really something to think about, Taurus, if and when that situation pops up this week. And I do feel that you need to really be mindful of the decisions you're making and making sure they are coming from a place of intuition and not ego. So I kind of feel like that's kind of what's going on here. I feel like these cards are just like, yeah, these are the cards that we're saying we are, but we're going to just change it up completely. Very interesting. I'm very intrigued now with this deck. I'm very intrigued. So let's see. Look at the back of these cards too. Are really cool. So we have flower bouquet, which potential. So I think by being mindful and really paying attention to these decisions that you're making and not taking the easy way out is going to open you up to bigger and better potential and outcomes. So, Taurus, keep those eyes open this week. All right, let's see. Hello, hello. That brings us to Gemini. Gemini, we're like in the last little bits of the season for you. All right. So then this is bringing us to the Magician. And we're kind of getting, ooh, wow. They didn't mess around with this deck, man. I'm like, there's so many ways to go with it. Like, there's so many ways. So we kind of got the shadowy aspect of the Magician for you, Cancers. And what's really interesting here, I don't know if you could see, but in his hand, he's holding dice. So I feel like for you, Cancers, you don't want to leave it to chance. You have the tools you need. You know what they are. You know how to use them. So stick to those. Don't just roll the dice and just be like, all right, you know what? I have all the tools I need here, but let me try something different. Let me do something that I haven't tried before. I feel like you need to stick to what you know this week. Okay, Cancers? That's really important, I feel like. So, let's see. Let's move on to our Oracle cards. I didn't really get to read the guidebook on these Oracle cards. I was not prepared. I was just grabbing decks all over the place. And these are both new to me, these decks. So I haven't really got to play with them too much. So, whoops. So alignment. We got Castle, which is alignment. These kind of remind me, these remind me of my charms. This is kind of what it reminds me of. So we have alignment for Castle here. So I really feel that with that shadowy Magician, that it's just, again, speaking to what is aligned with you. What tools do you have? What tools do you know? And sticking to them and not just going for like kind of the random thing that might be popping up again. So I feel like even with this, like we're only to Cancer, but I do feel like this week, there might be a lot of like random things happening like for everybody. And we need to just keep that in mind because we do have a changing season. We do have a new moon coming up next week. And, again, that brings change. And, that is something that we all need to kind of keep in mind as we are going through and making decisions. And just being really mindful of that, I think. So, what else brings us to our Leos? Hello, hello. And hello if you just joined us. Thank you for hanging out with me today. And tomorrow, make sure you come hang out with me on Facebook. I'm going to be over on Facebook. I'm going to be having a chat with Raven Digitalis. He created the Empath's Oracle. So this is just out. That's the Empath's Oracle. We are going to have a little chat about that and just about its creation process, all that good stuff. And that's going to be over on Facebook. So that is going to be at 4:15 PST and then 7:15 EST. And there is a reminder. So if you hit the little reminder button, you'll find it. And then even on Facebook too, I do it through StreamYard and it creates a post so you can have it. There's like a little reminder on there as well. If you'd like me to pull a card for you, if you're on a device, go ahead and use a little question mark bubble. Or if you put in the comments, just put it maybe in caps or throw some emojis just so I catch it. And that leads me to Leo. All right, Leos, what do we got for you? So I have the Page of Wands, and we got the Page of Wands in that, I'm going to say the light aspect. So this is really about Leos kind of starting new adventures and just going into it with, you know, a open mindset. And I feel like for you, it's a really go at the flow thing because I feel like it's already, Leos, like whatever the situation is, whatever it is already in motion, but it's time for you to take some big action to really set it, you know, set it off. So that's really what you need to do this week, Leo. What is that big action that you're going to take to set off this project, situation, relationship, any of those things? So let's go to our Oracle card here. So we have Pathway or Passage. So I really kind of love that with that Page of Wands card because it's just like I feel like the passage has already been determined. It's already on its way, but you need to kickstart it, Leo. That's what you need to light that fire and get it going. So let's go to Virgo. All right, Virgos. And again, if you want me to pull a card for you, go ahead and just put it in the question mark bubble. All right. Let's see. So we're getting that, a Knight of Cups. But yes, exactly. Ow, I'm sitting on my foot and I just moved it. It totally like kind of fell asleep, just in case you really wanted to know. So I have the Knight of Cups. Where am I? Virgos, Knight of Cups. And I kind of got the shadowy aspect of it. So, you know, with the light aspect in this deck, like he gets a flower, you know, he's holding that cup up and he's moving with it. He's going. And I feel like for you, Virgo, is you're kind of like, instead of like charging ahead, like creating new things, I feel like for you, it's letting go. What emotions don't serve you anymore? What is it that may be holding you back, weighing you down, keeping you up at night? Like, you need to move forward, but first you need to let go of some stuff. And sometimes that's a relationship. And for some reason, I really feel like that might be a relationship related situation, Virgo. Like, what is it that you need to let go of this relationship? Maybe it's time to start saying no, because no is a complete sentence. Remember that. So that is something to consider, dear Virgos. Let's get our Oracle card here. So we have Exploration, which is a really interesting card. See again, look at this font. Like, I love the font, but I'm just like not loving this font. I don't know why I'm so stuck on this today. I can't help it. So when we were Exploration, yes. So I think too, though, with you, Virgo, by letting go of some emotions attached to a relationship, which I feel like that's really what it is, that's going to leave it open for you to explore new areas, new avenues, and maybe that's even just exploring new emotions that you have, because you're getting rid of what you don't need and what's weighing you down. And then that opens up, you know, for newer emotions to kind of surface and see where you want those to go. So that's that. That's it, Virgo. So let's move on to our Libras. All right, Libras. Let's see what we got. So these cards are really, like, this is seriously the first time I'm using them, the Tower of Oppositions. And they're very interesting. Like, I feel that, like, these would be really good cards to journal with. I'm going to do a review on them on my Stardust channel there, because I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by them. So we have the Two of Pentacles, but we have it, we're in the light aspect. So if you guys just joined, these cards kind of have a light and a shadow aspect to them. So they're very interesting, and I'm just kind of going with the one that I pull that's on top, because that seems to be the way to go. So Two of Pentacles for you Libras is that balance part of things. So how are you balancing things? Are they working for you? Like, is there something you need to tweak? Is there something you need to kind of, you know, maybe that's really for you is just like clearing your desk off. Maybe you need balance in that way. Or maybe, Libra, you need to just go outside and do some grounding and just do some self-care and some mind-body balance. So decide what that balance is for you this week that you need to either enhance, tweak, or maybe you need to create some more balance in your life. Maybe that's something you've been putting off, and that's your kind of your little reminder to, like, okay, it's time to do it. Think about that. Let's see, Libras. I'm a Libra sun, so I'm gonna ponder on that one. I'm gonna think on it. So now I'm throwing cards around. We have the globe again, so that totality. So I guess that's, again, looking at your day as a whole and really seeing how it's playing out for you and how you feel balanced. Do you feel balanced throughout your day? Or do you feel that you're like a seesaw, like the mornings are up and then the afternoons are down, or vice versa? What can you do to balance that out? There you go. All right. Hello for you that all just joined. All right. So we are up to our Scorpios. All right, Scorpios. What do we got for you? If you'd like me to pull a card for you, go ahead and put it in the question bubble. Do that. Then I can easily see it. So let's see what we got here. We have the Nine of Pentacles, but we kind of have it in the shadowy aspect. A lot of shadowy aspects kind of popping up. So this one's really kind of interesting, and some of them really play off. So I'm going to show you, that's the Nine of Pentacles, the light aspect with the little flower. And then this is it. And they're clearly two different, we're going to say, women or female looking characters, what have you, whatever floats your boat. And it looks here, though, that it's not like, everything isn't what it seems. And I do feel like with this card, Scorpio, that there's a little bit of like maybe some sort of betrayal happening or some secrecy. So maybe there's something that is coming up this week, that a secret or something just kind of coming out of the blue that you didn't know about. Or maybe it's something that you have. Maybe you have a secret or something that you consider a secret that maybe like coming up to the surface this week, and really decide how you want to deal with that and if it needs to be dealt with, and what can change, what can happen, what you can do if it does surface. So I feel like, though, Scorpio, it's easy to push that stuff down, but I do feel like you need to deal with it, whatever it is. If it's something that's from you or somebody else, you need to do something about it. All right, I see the question there, and I will do it right after this oracle card. So we have transformation. Ooh, so that's really interesting. So with that, by dealing with this secret or just whatever you want to call it, it's going to be a catapult for transformation that needed to happen, Scorpio. So this is all happening for a reason. This is like a part of the grand plan. So, you know, I think it's not as easy as it is to kind of put stuff aside like that. I would recommend maybe just even baby steps, like starting to work through it. All right, let's grab our question. Focus on YouTube. All right. Let's see what we get on for that. I feel like we need so much shuffling right now. Like these cards are like, just let's shuffle for a bit. So I kind of got 4 of Wands, okay? But I got 4 of Wands in that shadowy aspect. So I don't feel that hyper focus on YouTube right now is the best bet. I think that at some point, yes, start building that. But right now, that's not where your focus needs to be. So it's very interesting, right? Like, I'm so intrigued with these cards. I just really am. All right. Let's see where we go. We're at Sagittarius now. Sagittarius. With my little, like, flower. That's like, it's like, it kind of looks like it's like spitting out. You're very, very welcome. It kind of looks like it's spitting out pollen. I think it's supposed to be sparkles, but when you're a plant mom, it's like, wait a minute, is it pollinating? I don't know. Oh crap, I'm gonna like throw cards everywhere. All right, where were we? Sagittarius, I got distracted. So, we got 4 of Wands. Again, we got 4 of Wands here for you, Sagittarius, but we have it in the light aspect. So for here, I feel like for you, Sagittarius, it's about building community. And I feel like that you need to start reaching out to others and you need to be that person that starts it. Not just sitting around waiting for it to happen. Sagittarius, you need to go out and find your people. And if you do have people, I think it's also about making sure that they feel seen and that they know you appreciate them. So, let's see what our little oracle card situation here. Ah, they don't stick together. It's not nice. So we got bird, we got transformation. So I really think that's interesting about finding your community, and maybe it's time for you to broaden that. And maybe you need to really check and see, how you can change it, because it's time for you to really broaden your horizons. Like, be that little bird and fly. Fly, Sagittarius. All right, let's see what we got now for our Capricorns, our CEOs of the zodiac. It's always good to know at least one Capricorn. It really is. They can really help you keep things together. All right, so let's see what we get. All right, so we have the 4 of Cups. So we have here, let's see, interesting. So, just with this card, it's funny because some of the cards really flow together. And I wonder if it's, I feel like it's like the majors in this deck, like they really play together on each other. Whereas in the regular cards, it's a little more separate, a little more light dark. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm like reviewing this in my head as I'm going along because I can't help it. I have so many deck reviews on my channel. It's like second nature at this point. Like I just start going into it. So this is, what do we got here? The 4 of Cups. So we have it in the light aspect here for our Capricorns, but the dark aspect is interesting too. Like, see, it's like, it's still the same one, but it's more crumbly. Very interesting. So, Capricorn, I feel like for you, it's really about kind of checking in with yourself. I feel like you need a check-in. And I feel like that you need kind of like an emotional check-in and really giving yourself that time to kind of dive into that. And whether that is in a spiritual way, whether that is just going outside and doing an activity that you like, I feel like you need to reconnect with your emotions. Because I do feel like with Capricorn, you know, you're so business oriented and you're so like, this needs to get done and that needs to get done, that sometimes that self-care portion or that reconnection portion with yourself gets put aside. So I think this week for you, it's all about that reconnection and what feels best for you, because it is different for everybody. All right. Oh my God. I just had a huge yawn. That was so weird. Excuse me. Let's see. All right. So we have wreath. So honor. And actually, I really love this card for you, Capricorn, because it's honoring yourself. That's what you need to do this week. You need to honor yourself, honor your emotions, honor your feelings, and reconnect with them. That one played very nice. I like it. I like it. So that brings us now to our Aquarians. All right, so let's see what we get for you. If you just joined, if you'd like me to pull a card for you, go ahead and put it right in the question bubble. Tomorrow I'm speaking with Raven Digitalis over on Facebook, and that is 4:15 Pacific and 7:15 Eastern. All right, so Aquarius, we have the Tower for you. Let's see. See, I have to look at both sides because this is so interesting to me. So I got it in the shadowy aspects. So here I'm noticing there's like a bird flying away. And then in the like light aspect, it's the crown falling. So I really think that's kind of an interesting thing because for you, I feel it's really about, you know, I'm going to say just burning down self-doubt. That is what comes up when I think about that. Like letting that self-doubt go. Kind of like the bird. Like we're burning that and we're peacing out. That's what you need to do, Aquarius. You need to just let go of that self-doubt. And maybe for you, that is like literally a releasing. Like as in write it down on a piece of paper, throw it in a fire, or on some bay leaves, throw it in the fire. Maybe you need to do some sort of physical releasing, or even a candle, and write what you want to release. Just inscribe it right onto the candle. That could be something that you can do too. But I feel like that you need to really release self-doubt. So let's see what we got here. We have, now that's funny. So we have ocean, which is release. Even it's a water element. So that's pretty cool. I like when that happens. But again, maybe for you, Aquarius, that is releasing, and maybe the water element speaks to you a little bit better, and maybe an Epsom salt bath, or just running your hands under cool water, saying that you're just releasing self-doubt. Super easy to do. Or I made a post actually over on my Stardust page about making worry water. Worry water. Yeah. And, you know, obviously it's not going to take, you know, all your worries away. Like it's not that easy because nothing happens without action steps. But it's, you know, sometimes when we go through motions like that and just kind of like we're releasing that worry, sometimes we need to do some sort of physical act to kind of like get your brain and your subconscious going. So that's really what it's for. And, you know, just the thought of it and doing that is really, it's easy. And all you really have to do is get a cup of water and just mindfully, you know, bring up what you want to worry, like what you want to release. And you put your pointer fingers in the water, and you just take a minute and just think about all those things you're worrying about, and you're just putting it into that water, right? And afterwards, you can go dump it out outside, but always dump it out by something that's not growing, because we don't want to do that, right? So just kind of in a weird area, maybe some rocky area, whatever. And by doing that though, it's like you're alerting your subconscious that you're trying to get rid of these things. So that is just a quick little thing to do to kind of get things moving along for you. Because sometimes when we're stuck, just doing something so simple like that, really, it does help. And it seems so silly, but once you do it, you know, you do kind of feel better, even though like all the worries aren't gone, but then you're like, okay, I'm releasing my worries. And again, you're putting that out into the universe, and then maybe the universe is going to step in and kind of help you out a little bit. We always like when that happens. All right. So now we have Pisces. All right, Pisces. So for Pisces, we have the Fool, and we have the Fool. This is really kind of funny. So we have the Fool, but we have the shadow aspect because they all keep popping up today. So he's kind of, it's like a weasel type thing with like a bone or like a piece of chicken. And then on here, it is the bird with the rose. So, but we got it in the shadow aspect. So I really think this has to do with Pisces. This is for Pisces. Not jumping into situations without thinking them through first, and not forcing a situation. I think that's really the big part of it for you, Pisces. You know, we may really, really want something to happen, like really want it to happen, but that doesn't mean it's the right time. It doesn't mean that it's, you know, it's good for you. So I think it's really about being mindful, Pisces, about that this week and not forcing situations. Because a lot of times when we force a situation, it changes the trajectory of it and it winds up not being what we want. And for a couple of reasons, like I just said, maybe it wasn't supposed to happen right now. And you just forced it. So everything that was supposed to like fall into place didn't have time to do that. And now it's mishmash, and we don't need that, Pisces. We don't need mishmash. So I think for you this week, again, don't force situations. Let things happen organically. And that brings us to our thing. So if you'd like me to pull a card for you, because we are nearing the end of our zodiac, then now would be a great time for that. And just put in the question bubble. And we can go from there. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. So we have house, familiarity. Wow, Jen can't say that word today. So going with what's familiar, and I think for you, Pisces, again, it's that part of not, not forcing the situation and staying with what's familiar and just going with the flow and letting it happen the way it's supposed to. So I think that's really, really important. So that is what I got for you, Pisces. If anyone wants a card, now's the time. Let me know. If not, I'll be back here next Monday. I believe we'll be here I might be doing it an hour later. I have to see. I think because I have an appointment, so I might have to do an hour earlier or later. But I will certainly let you know, and I always post it. So, like I said here, we have Raven tomorrow over on Facebook, 4:15 Pacific, 7:15 Eastern. We also, you want to make sure to head over to the link in our bio and grab our summer issue. The e-zine is on sale right now, and it's e-zine. I hear Amber, e-zine. I say e-zine. And it is, it's on sale for Pride Month. Yay, Pride. And if you want to grab it, now would be a really good time to do that because, it may not be on sale in July. We don't know. So you definitely want to grab it now. If you have a print issue, it's on its way, and you're going to love it. It's so awesome. And, when you guys buy your issues, even if it's the e-zine, I can't say e-zine. It sounds wrong to me, Amber. Why? Take a picture of the cover. Take a picture of you reading it, maybe on your Kindle. And that's what's really cool about it too, is you can read it on your Kindle, and there are instructions on our website how to upload it to your Kindle, and it's super, super easy. I actually do it all the time when I get, I do a lot of like blurbs for books, and they always send me like that, like the Google Doc of it or whatever. And I put them all on my Kindle. It's so easy. And, you know, take a picture of you reading it, and we will feature you in our stories because we love to see it. And we have the hashtag Cartomancer in the Wild for a reason. So I think we should all be using it. I think that would be a good idea. Yeah, and I think that's it. The replay will be on here. If you have any questions or about anything, you know, let us know. That's that. That's all I got, folks. So you have a fantastic week ahead. Happy summer solstice. Happy Lithia, whatever you celebrate. All I know is it needs to get warm here because it's been like 50 degrees for like the last 3 or 4 days, and I'm not having it. So I'm hoping with the change tomorrow that it also brings in the warm. All right, guys, have a fantastic week ahead. Bye. Whoa, just knocked my whole thing here.